Flickscores.
Hey guys, it's your boy EK Banks, that original evil boy, and I'm gonna be reviewing a movie today named Cobweb. So this movie dropped on the 19th of July 2023. It's a horror slash thriller, and it is a 1 hour 28 minutes movie. So basically, I'm gonna be going straight into the review right now. So stay tuned for the storyline. Okay, guys, so going straight into the storyline, young Peter is plagued by a mysterious constant noise from inside his bedroom wall, a tapping that his parents insist is his imagination. As his fears intensifies, he starts to believe that his parents are hiding a terrible and dangerous secret. So basically, guys, that is the storyline that's the plot of the movie Cobweb. So young Peter is always hearing taps in the wall, and he told his parents about it, but they are telling him it's his imagination. Now the story goes far for young Peter to finally find out that his parents actually know exactly what is happening, and there's a demonic entity who happens to be young Peter's sister living with him in the wall. And young Peter is also a victim of bullying in school, and then the voice of his sister is always hearing in the night when they start speaking, tells him what to do to the bully. And young Peter eventually, but not like out of his mind, you get um, pushes down this bully down the staircase, and he breaks his leg. So basically, the storyline goes a lot. It's not just only in the house. It's not just only in the wall. It's not just only about young Peter's parents. It's also about him trying to overcome a bully or him going through bullying in school. So the storyline for this movie goes a very long way. Now, so here comes my review about the storyline. Now, do I feel this movie gave us exactly what a horror movie could give us? No. I felt the monster was funny. I felt the storyline was shaky. It was I couldn't understand lastly why how two human beings will give birth to a monster and then lock her up inside. Like, it was complicated. So the movie wasn't straightforward. I didn't. Some people would be like, "Oh yeah, this is exactly what happened," but I don't know how possible that was. It was okay, since when you knew you locked her up, why were you still living in the same house where you locked up your child who you claim to be a monster, or who claimed to be a monster? Do you get me? Or even though it wasn't your child, even though it was just a monster that you came in contact with and then you had to like lock it up, why did you remain in that house to raise your child? So basically the storyline wasn't straightforward to me. That's the word I'll use. So based on this, Cobweb, to me, the storyline, I would be rating it a 14 over 20. So, cast and delivery, I'm going to be mentioning three major characters in the movie: the father of young Peter, Peter himself, and the mother. So, basically, Antony Starr, we all know Antony Starr, famous actor. He's from New Zealand, known for his television roles. He played the dual roles of Jethro and Van West. So he played the character of young Peter's dad. His name was Mark in the movie. We also have Lizzy Caplan as Carol. That was the mother of young Peter. You know this lady, she has that mysterious, demonic face look, get me? So very good actors and actresses that were put on this movie. Now, going down to young Peter, Woody Norman acted as young Peter. Now, these actors and actresses, and actress I just named, Antony Starr and Lizzy Caplan, they are known actors. So basically, we expected them to kill the role. I didn't have an issue with Mark. Mark killed the role. It showed us that he was a bit mentally unstable. It gave us that vibe again of a father who actually, he just gave us a family, the vibe of a family that had issues. Now, did Mark kill the role? I'm going to take them one by one. Yeah, he killed the role as Mark. I'm talking about Antony Starr. He killed the role as Mark. I didn't see any. I love the fact where he died, how he portrayed, how he came into character, and how he was asking Peter what he did, And then Lizzy Caplan, I also saw that she loved her husband so well. So when she saw that he was dying, she also had to like show that emotions came out. So she killed the role to young Peter. Woody Norman. I can't even say that boy didn't do a good job. He did a good job. He played exactly what he was supposed to do. I didn't see any issues with the cast and delivery. Cast and delivery for the movie was okay, was on point. So I'll be rating cast and delivery a solid 18 over 20. So guys, going into the costume and makeup, before I do that, guys, the direction of this movie was not enough. It was a nice story, but it wasn't enough. That's how I felt how it was. It was just like, yeah, nice story. Let's just keep watching. Do you get me? So it wasn't enough. So going back to the costume and makeup, the costume and makeup for the movie, the costume didn't have so much issues, but the makeup I had issues in places where we had blood scenes. Now that blood wasn't looking like. That's why I go back to the cinematographer and then also costume. Now the blood wasn't looking like blood. It was so black. It was like Mark, who was the father of Peter in the movie, was like he had the blood of, when you slay like something that's not human, maybe an alien, the blood is always like maybe black or green or very dark. When he was vomiting after he was poisoned by young Peter, the blood on the table was not looking like human blood. So basically, there's a very big flaw in the makeup. Costume, not too bad. It was just a basic family, how they dressed. The mother of Mark was always around in the house, so she dressed like pretty, like a housewife. Mark going to school, that's the normal way a young boy would dress going to school. Now, this is the appearance I wanted them to have given Mark. Mark was bullied in school, and maybe they felt he was maybe a nerd or something, or just felt he was secluded to himself. I wanted to see a different dress sense to that young man. I wanted them to give him some, goggles, like some big glasses where he just, look like a nerd. And then, his hairstyle, they could have made it more nerdish, if that's a word. But I didn't like the part of the blood. I didn't like the part of how Mark Peter was portrayed, like costume wise. Apart from that, nothing too bad. So I'll be giving Cobweb costume and makeup a 15 over 20. Sound. How did it go with Cobweb? The soundtrack wasn't bad. We had so many soundtracks in the movie. It showed us how a horror movie would have sounded. I liked the tone when the girl from the wall knocked. I like how it was. I love the sound. It gave us the sound of a horror movie. So I'm not going to cap about that. Cobweb, the sound, it wasn't so top notch like other horror movies that are actually like star movies. Cobweb is not a star movie for me. It is an average movie. If average is okay, yeah, let me see how my review is going to go and the ratings. But it's not a movie I could sit back and watch again. But I really advise you guys to go watch Cobweb and give your opinions on it, because this is Flickscores based on your opinion. So basically, the sound wasn't bad. It was okay. I had some places where I could hear them clearly. In fact, all places in the movie, from beginning to the end, it was audible. I could hear when Mark wanted to speak to his child. I could hear when Lindy. It was very, very nice. So basically, Cobweb sound, I'll be rating it an 18 over 20. I think that's the highest review I've given it. Okay, guys. So I rated the storyline a 14, and cast and delivery an 18, visual 16, costume and makeup 15, and then sound an 18. So adding this all up together, it gives us 81, and then we divide by 5, and we have 16.2. I would have wanted it to be like around 15 or 14, like personally. So, but basically, this is how it turned out. I'm not maths. So, the review for Cobweb is 16 over 20. A decent enough movie, but not there. When we call movies that are actually horror movies or thriller movies that actually put us on the spot, like It, like Pope Exorcist, movies that were actually horror that I knew, I watched the horror movie. You get me? So basically, guys, remember this is Flickscores. Please like, subscribe, and also comment, guys. My name still remains EK Banks, that original evil boy, and I'm signing out. Bye.
It's Flickscores.